Lexi saying that she was really turned on because she saw the way I prayed that.
We don't fantasize about things.
Yeah, we're like, no, marriage is going to be difficult at times. Like, we knew that from going into it.
Hey fam, welcome to The Cold Life. Listen, we saw all the questions you had for us, and there were a lot. So
questions.
We are here to do a Q&A, answer all your questions. Real quick, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's just get into these questions. Real quick, we do want to say that a lot of you guys had questions about postpartum. We are doing a whole video about that because we haven't talked about everything that's been going on with postpartum. If we're not answering your questions, then it's because we're doing another video.
And we're doing a Q&A today because we have a whole lot of new subscribers that don't know all about us unless they've watched all of our videos, which there's a lot of them out there now.
Yeah, there are.
Let's get into it. All right, you take the first one.
Okay, let's see. I would like to hear about your funniest, most embarrassing moments together.
That's going to take a minute for me to think of one, though.
I would say probably one of the most embarrassing moments is probably with my dad.
Yeah.
That was probably my dad is a very strong person. Like when he walks in the room, you kind of tighten up.
He commands respect.
And
me as a little 18-year-old, I had been used to some more casual friendships or casual relationships with my friend's parents.
Yeah.
And I came into the house. This is like the second or third time that I had met her dad. And I came into the house and I was sweaty because I was playing basketball with her brother. We're all hot. And he goes, "Hey guys, would you like something to drink?" And I'm like, no, you're good. And he was like, I was like,
and when he said that, I was like, oh my God.
I mean, yes, sir. No, thank you, sir. I'm gonna die.
And I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, that was bad.
And then I think he asked the second question, and he still was like, "Nah, I'm good." I was
still a little casual, and then
I would say, and I use that as my embarrassing moment because I felt embarrassed about the whole situation. Like I was me thinking about it right now. I'm hot.
In fact, our parents' introductions to each other both weren't good. Your introduction to my parents was not good at all.
No. It wasn't at all. But
we won't talk about that.
That's a story.
Do you guys have any cool activities you like to do together? Do you like to work out together, etc.? Let's address the working out part.
Yeah, let's address the working out part.
We love working out together.
I love working out.
We love working out together. How long has it been since we've worked out together, though? Since before quarantine.
No, since literally I worked out probably up until my pregnancy. And when I stopped, Brian stopped.
It's over. My workout buddy's not here. I'm out of my rhythm. I need to get back into my rhythm.
I was like, "Brian, you gonna work out?" He was like, yeah.
So we honestly have been slacking hard all quarantine. And it's unacceptable. So right now, I would like all of you to hold us accountable. Because I will say literally yesterday was the first day that I worked out in a very long time.
I worked out the day before him.
Yeah.
Which I felt like it was a little motivation because I worked out, which kind of made him work out.
I got excited because I bought some weights. They came in the other day, like some Bowflex weights, and I got a bench coming. So we're starting to build the workout center. And I'm excited to get back into it.
We're going to get there. I also like to drive, listen to music. We like to just sit. But, go to a park and just, sit, talk. We have good... I feel like we have, the type of conversations of just asking each other deep conversations and just chilling.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Have you ever prayed about adopting, or would you guys consider adoption?
So, the answer is yes. We've had conversations about adopting.
Yeah.
I actually told her originally, I wouldn't mind having 2 of our own kids and then adopting a third. The thing that I struggle with is the concept of adopting babies versus adopting older children. How a lot of the older children don't find families. Mm-hmm. And so there's something that, pulls on my heart. I don't know if I'd want to adopt, cute little baby when I know that so many teenagers and so many, older kids are failing to find families because everyone wants the baby.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, you have a lot of challenges that would come with that, from a child that's already developed, already has a lot of, things that they're carrying into their life from their previous experiences, and now you have to merge that into your family. So it's a challenge. I don't know if adopting is in store for us, but I would be open to it. If God said yes, then I'm down.
I think for me personally, I worked in adoption and foster care. I actually did an internship with a company for a year, and when I tell you, it was probably one of the most traumatic experiences that I've had when it came to work. And seeing some of the things I saw, it really scarred me, and it scarred the system of adoption and all that, because honestly, I saw people literally they want to have kids, so they believe that they're adopting, or they find like these adoption groups, and then next thing you know, they adopt or they want to adopt, and then they see that the kid is struggling because, I don't know, they may be taken away from their families, and they want a perfect child when that's not the case. So they end up taking them back, and it was just a lot for me.
Taking it back like it was
taking them back like
shirt
it was
that didn't fit.
Yeah, like they were toys. So when I mean like the whole program, they ended up like, I don't want to do this anymore. So yeah, I'm a little scarred from that, to be honest.
All right, this question says, do you guys remember the first time you prayed together, and if so, how did you go about it?
Was it watching Passion of the Christ?
No.
Oh, okay.
We were at our friend's house, and we had a group of us.
A worship night.
At Christmas. No.
Wait, I am missing it.
Nah, yeah, you don't remember. It was Christmas break, and it was like the first night I got back from college for Christmas break. And we went over to her house. We had a group of friends, and so randomly we just kind of got the idea, like, let's pray together, and we did, and it was great. I actually think I remember Lexi saying that she was really turned on because she saw the way I prayed. And
what?
I'm not even playing with you.
I was turned on?
You told me that later in life. Not that night. Not that night. We were still friends. But she said she was a little turned on because...
A little turned on with her friend?
Because she saw the way that I was praying, and it was, like, really attractive. And she was like, wow, like, this is...
I do not remember this.
This man is incredible. I'm 100% serious. Your words, really? Not mine.
I mean, saying. It could have been.
So the question is, how did it go?
I mean, a man that prays.
It ended up,
I mean, men that can pray is attractive, period. What is your daughter's middle name?
Isabella. Isabella Cole.
We actually got that from our brother Nathan. And where's the most wonderful place you've ever traveled, or your favorite place you want to go in the world, I guess? And where would you like to take Asa?
By far, I think my favorite place in the whole world is Rome. I loved our trip to Europe so much. Like, I think about it, I dream about it, and I miss it so much. Rome was just one of the most beautiful experiences, beautiful cities. I would say Paris, too. It was just
I would say
gorgeous.
Paris was just a beautiful atmosphere. That was probably one of my favorite places. So
Europe, it was incredible. So I do want to take Asa there.
We do want to take Asa. I think right now we want to start taking Asa to small trips. We can't right now because of COVID. But yeah, that's what we want to do.
Can you ever be fully prepared to be a parent, or was there a learning curve? What were some ideas or imaginations that you had about marriage that now that you've been married, you realize is unrealistic? No, you absolutely cannot ever be fully prepared to be a parent.
No.
We did everything we could to prepare, but it's like...
there's nothing... I'm trying to think, like, I think there's preparation in spirituality, like making sure that you are able to handle transition, like, period. At that point, it's like whatever happens that comes our way, we're able to handle it because we already knew that it was going to be a transition. It's going to be different. I feel like for you, maybe me time.
Yeah, I mean, just in general, like, we did everything we could, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, but still, you're ready, but you're not ready because it's something that you've never experienced before, and you don't know how you're going to handle it. You like to imagine how you're going to handle it, but Yeah, for us, and we'll talk about this in our video next week. For us, like it's like learning the balance to keep ourselves in a good mental and emotional state of mind, state of being,
advocating for one another.
Yeah. So
we'll talk about that more.
What have we realized maybe unrealistic in marriage? So we were talking about this. I don't think there's anything that is unrealistic in our marriage. I think that one example is when I was coming into the marriage, the concept of like counseling was a good theoretical concept to me. I was like, oh yeah, I'd be down for counseling. You know, we can do that and everything. But when it came down to it, and we felt we actually really should go get counseling, I had to deal with some stuff in my own, you know, thinking of how I associated counseling, what I thought of it internally, subconsciously, and what that meant. I still had this mindset of like, if I go there, it's like admitting our marriage is failing or something, and admitting I have all these problems, and I had to like get over that.
Yeah.
So that the reality of going to counseling and like really, really working our marriage was more challenging than I anticipated. Yeah. Still not unrealistic.
I think that we're a realist. Like we are very straightforward when it comes to our life. I think sometimes when people get married, they have this like imaginatory.
Yeah,
like,
we don't fantasize about things.
We don't fantasize
like that.
We don't fantasize about things.
Yeah, we're like, no, marriage is going to be difficult at times. Like we knew that from going into it, and I don't think anything like that surprised us or we felt like was unattainable.
No. Yeah. Oh. I hope that makes sense.
Where does your style info come from? Fashion is always on point?
I would say... What?
Listen. This is all us, baby. This is just raw ingenuity and creativity in the form of fashion.
I think it's been a level of us looking at a lot of stuff, having a lot of fashionable people around us too, that helps us. But back in the day...
Oh, I had no fashion sense back in the day.
I was
Not even a little bit.
We gotta be honest.
Lexi introduced me to the concept of fashion when we were dating, but then
I wasn't that fashionable.
Oh, no.
I mean, back in the day, I probably... But now, no.
But then I took over. Now I'm a big boy. I dress myself.
Yes, you do a great job.
You do too.
The family that was unkind to Alexis, did they ever apologize? Have they changed their crippling way of thinking?
Let's make this a short answer. Go ahead.
I would say that they apologize for the incident. I don't know if they fully understand why the hurt is there or if they agree that there should be hurt there.
I don't think they even knew what they were apologizing for. So
I think they do. Yeah. I think we're just going to leave it there. Like it's, yeah.
There's still a lot of broken relationship, and we still have not talked with them in 2 years. So
yeah, that's where we are.
Yeah. Did you all get married? Were you nervous? Did you both have careers already?
Yes. Okay.
When did we get married?
2015.
What's the date?
June.
Say it faster.
June.
Say it faster.
June.
Say it faster. Yes.
Okay, I was about to say June 6th. I was like, June 7th. Okay.
And were you nervous?
No.
Nah, not even the least bit.
No.
Did you both already have careers?
Yes.
So what were you doing at the time?
I've been in the social work career since I was like 16. I worked in a homeless shelter, and then I moved to a young women shelter facility, and I feel like I did something else. I can't remember. And then I worked in adoption and foster care, went to school for social work. Honestly, because I worked at such a young age, I got a little burnt out. And then I honestly took a long break, and I haven't went back for a very strong reason. So, yeah.
And now she manages all our social media and all that great stuff. I still am working for the company that I worked for when we got married. God has been amazing with my career. I've been promoted 3 times in 4 years. So I'm a regional sales director for the company now, and life is good. That's amazing.
Amen.
What's the biggest challenge for an interracial couple?
I would say having the conversations with family.
Really?
Yeah.
That was tougher than having the conversation with me?
No, what is the biggest now, I would say.
For an interracial couple, not us.
Oh, for an interracial couple, I still say the same thing.
Well, I say trying to potentially not change each other's perspectives, but
be open.
In order for it to work with people who care about their culture and aren't oblivious to it, you have to be open to changing your perspective, and you have to be open to meeting each other in a common place of understanding, and that's not always easy.
Okay.
What all should you know about yourself or be confident of within yourself before you yoke yourself with the person that God has for you?
Okay.
What should you know about yourself? What should you be confident in? Like identity, you know.
I think that of course, there's, always like maybe some insecurities or things that you may go through, whatever. I think overall, you should kind of know who you are, what you are about, and not trying to find that in your husband. I think that there should be.
That's real.
Some people are like, oh, I'm at 50, and he's at 50. And that makes 100. No, we both should be at 100 and be good, so we could, be giving our full selves to each other and able to be confident in who we are and what we can do for the marriage.
And if I think to that point, like if you look at what marriage is all about, marriage is not about what you can get, marriage is about what you can give.
Yes.
And so if you aren't confident in yourself, and if you don't know who you are, if you don't know what you're bringing to the relationship, then you're not contributing to that relationship, in which case you're being selfish in a relationship because you're just sucking what you need from the other person without giving back.
Yes. I don't think you should be lost in who you are. I think that you should know who you are. Of course, there's levels of knowing yourself as you get older and as you grow. God reveals more and more of who you are. But there's this foundation of who you're supposed to be and what God called you to be. And I feel like there's that foundation should be there.
That's actually a good topic. I feel like I want to do a video on that one.
I think that would be good. Let us know. Would you want us to do a full video on that? Because I felt like I put the phone down. I had something to say.
Yeah, I could go. I could go and I could tell some stories about my walk through that journey of identity and confidence and all that. So
insane.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh.
I'm out.
How long have you both been believers?
Since 0 years old.
I would say since birth. We've always known God and we've been saved all our life, but I would say that I found my faith for myself when I was in college, and I questioned and went through all the notions of figuring out, like, do I really believe what I believe? Why do I believe what I believe? I think everybody should have that. Even if you have known God throughout your life, you should make sure that you know him for yourself and not because your parents have taught you.
So I think we have a similar timeline because when we met each other, we started going through that process together, actually. So I also was raised in the church, and I had a personal relationship with God. It wasn't just a relationship through my parents. I had a personal relationship with him.
Same.
But as far as understanding God, I kind of just took what my parents would say, or I took what my pastor would say, and I took what other people would say and just didn't necessarily challenge it, didn't really think, how do I feel about this based on what the Bible says?
Right.
So it was probably in college where we started to go through a phase of questioning and challenging and getting through some stuff and saying, well, is that just your interpretation? Is that for your life versus my life? And really understanding what God means to us and looking at the Bible in different lenses. So we've come up with
our personal, which may be different than our parents. Is Asa a daddy's girl?
I'd say 51%. You get 49.
Wow. I think because Brian is goofy, she laughs. But as far as the intimacy, I feel like I have.
We'll go with that. That's fair.
What do you think?
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
We're intimate too. But...
It doesn't mean I know you.
No, honestly, this little girl lights up when either of us come in the room. I feel like when both of us there, she's just like, oh, my best friend.
I think sometimes it's hard because I'm a person that likes to take video, so a lot of times I think they see you more.
Probably. With
Asa when I'm just kind of like by myself and I'm just chilling with her. It's not really seen, but I don't care either way. I think it's beautiful seeing you two.
Do you know your purpose? If so, please share how God led you to that. That's going to be too long of an answer. Do we know our purpose? I'll speak for myself and say I know layers of my purpose. I think that God is still revealing the specifics of how I'm supposed to get there. and the specifics of how it's supposed to tangibly manifest.
Yeah.
But overarching purpose and where I think he's leading to and foundational, yes. There's a lot more under that we can go into, but not today.
Same. I would say that there's different ways that God shows you your purpose. I think that throughout my life, God has always shown me what my foundational purpose is, and then each time I have kind of manifested my purpose, he's almost like chiseling it to make it more specific and more detailed, and that's what I feel like he's doing in my life. Okay, Lexi, this is kind of a personal, and you don't have to answer it. How is your sex drive since you've had Asa? Has it lapsed or heightened? I asked this question because sometimes after the first baby, women tend to, I'm assuming, change. It says read more, I missed it. But, okay. What do you think?
Not at all. I think it's been great.
I think that overall, I feel like I've been the same. I think that your body definitely goes through changes. And I would also say, because I went through IVF, in the beginning of pregnancy is probably when things started to change for us.
Yeah,
because and we had to
in the beginning of pregnancy.
Yeah, because we had to change, and I was experiencing a lot of like UTIs and yeast infections because of the medicine that I was taking for IVF. And even after the baby, I still had to take some medicine that I didn't really feel comfortable with because I felt like I was okay, but it caused a lot of like sensitivity. And so that caused issues with our,
legit, I actually think because we had to go through some stuff during pregnancy, post-pregnancy, we were like, we're
straight
back
over
at
here.
it.
We're
like,
straight over here.
This is great.
Every situation is different, so I think everybody's body is different, but that was our experience. Hope that makes sense. We like to just, that's a real question, and I don't want to shy away from that. Thank you for asking that. Okay. All right. I think that's it. Let us know what you think of our questions. I hope we answered them well.
We hope you got to know us a little bit.
Yes.
For all the new subscribers that have been a part of it since the last time we did Q&A. We like to do them every now and then, switch it up, get a little personal. So.
And we're going to do some family Q&A, so put some questions down below for our brothers.
We got to bring those guys back.
Yes, being new uncles and stuff like that. Let's talk about it. We love you guys. Thank you.
See ya.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you soon.
Bye-bye. Bye.